Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a few strategies that you can use to put your SOL to work and earn yields on DeFi protocols within the Solana ecosystem. So these strategies are great for someone who might have some SOL sitting on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Binance, but it's not earning any yields from that SOL yet. Before we get into the video, I would like to remind you guys that nothing I say in these videos is financial advice, and always remember to do your own research before putting your money in any of these protocols. And with that being said, let's get into the video. Before we start our exploration of these protocols, the first thing that you will need to do is to have a Solana wallet. And one of the best Solana wallets out there is the Phantom wallet. And I made a tutorial on how you can, download and install and create a Phantom wallet for the Solana ecosystem. And I'm going to link the link to that video somewhere in this one. And yeah, guys, before I show you the different protocols I selected for this video, it's very important that I show you guys how I come about discovering these protocols in the first place. So for that, I use a tool called Defillama. And Defillama is a great tool to give you an aggregation of everything DeFi and across different chains. For example, if you come here to their yields page, you can see that they have different information about different pools. So if you click on pools, for example, you can see that, we have all this information about different pools on different chains, etc. But today we are interested in the Solana ecosystem. So we are just going to filter out by chains and then clear and then select Solana here. As you can see, we have, you have different pools, and different projects on different, you can see that we have information about different pools on the Solana ecosystem. And you can find this information, by filtered by different, by the TVL amount, by the different APYs amount, and so on, right? So, the list is very long, and I'm going to show you guys the different protocols that I selected for you today. The first protocol we are going to explore today is called Kamino. And basically what Kamino is a borrowing and lending protocol on the Solana ecosystem. So basically what you can do here is you can supply some liquidity and then borrow against that liquidity. And for example, if we click on the liquidity tabs here on Kamino, you can see the different pools that you can supply your liquidity to, and then earn from that liquidity. For example, if you have some Jito Sol and Sol, you can supply, to this pool. You can deposit your liquidity in this pool through the Orca exchange, the Orca DEX, and then earn about 9.18% on that liquidity. And by the way, what Jito Sol is a wrap version of Sol for the Jito protocol. So you also earn some yield on Jito Sol originally, through the Jito protocol itself. But if you have like Jito Sol and then you have Sol, you can also earn an additional liquidity, by providing it on Kamino, for example. Because you can think about Jito Sol like, Lido stake ETH on Ethereum, where, you can take your Lido stake ETH, which you're already earning original yield on that, and then redeposit it again on another, on Aave, for example, to earn extra yield, So basically, you're earning like double yields on that. And basically, the best thing to do is usually, if you already have like some of these tokens, for example, if you already have like, say Jupiter and Sol that you were intending to hold originally in the first place, right? You can just come here and deposit it in this Jupiter Sol pool to earn about 200% on that, And because this is what I do, like I don't just, chase these high yields. I just look at the coins that I already have. For example, if I have some Jupiter and I have some Sol, I just look at if there's a pool for that, on Kamino. I just take, my Jupiter and my Sol, and I come and, deposit it here to earn some extra yields, because usually it's not a good idea to chase like yields, right? It's usually a good idea that if you already have the coins that you were intending to hold in the first place, you can just like, while holding the coin, why not just earn some extra liquidity or some extra yields on those coins, And that's what this liquidity yield farming allows you to do. And so if you come here on Kamino, basically you can have different liquidity pools for different categories. For example, you can even see like there's a meme coin category here. That if you have, like some Jupiter and some WEN meme coin, you can come and deposit it here, and you see like the APY is very high. You can earn about 635% on this one. If you have like the Doc with Heart, and Sol, you can also earn about 186, percent on that, through the Orca DEX. You have like Jupiter and Bong, you can earn about 100% on that through the Meteora DEX, and so on, right? You see there's a big list here. So if you have like some Jupiter and some WEN token, you can come and deposit in this pool And while holding the coins, you're also earning like some liquidity on that coin, for people trading, using your liquidity that you supplied. And the reason why some of this liquidity for meme coins, is usually high is because there's a high risk of a decoupling, between the different assets. And you're going to suffer there's a high risk of you suffering some impermanent loss, right? Because let's say you deposit like 500 of Jupiter and 500 of WEN, and then the value of the WEN coin goes down or up, you're going to suffer like an impermanent loss because one of the tokens have gone down or up in value so fast, and there's a deviation between the two coins. So always keep that in mind. Like usually there's kind of always a trade-off, when you see very high liquidity yields like these ones. On Kamino, you can have a lot of things. You can even have like stable pools. You can have like even NFT pools, where if you have like Crown NFT and so you can deposit and earn about 152% year. You have something like, Star Atlas, NFTs from Star Atlas game. You can deposit and earn liquidity, you can earn yields from that. You have like Matlats NFT. You can also earn, it's very low, but yeah, you get the point. This is a Kamino, guys. You can earn some yields by supplying your liquidity on Kamino. And yeah. And the next protocol I'm going to be sharing with you guys, is called Marginfi. And what Marginfi does, it does something very similar to what Kamino does, which allows you to supply your liquidity and then borrow against that liquidity. And basically, for example, you can come here and supply some Solana and you're going to earn about 2%, which it's not very high. And then you can also borrow against that liquidity, For example, you can supply Solana and then borrow maybe USDC against your supplied Solana liquidity. And this is actually something I did in the past, where I supplied Solana back in October, and I supplied about 10 Sol, I think. And the price of Solana was very low back then, right? It was about $20-something. I supplied about 10 Sol. And then I borrowed against that Solana supply, right? And what happened over time is that my Solana increased in price, right? And what I did, I just used the price appreciation in my Sol, and I repaid back my USDC loan, So this is kind of a few strategies. This is kind of a strategy that you can use, but it's also speculative because you don't know whether the price of Solana is going to go up or down in the future, right? So yeah, you kind of get the point. If you think that the price of Solana is going to go up, basically you can supply some Solana here and then come and borrow against that liquidity that you supplied. And then what happens is if the price of Solana goes up in the future, you can just use the price appreciation from that Solana and then pay back your USDC loan, which is something I did recently. And yeah, so and actually, Kamino actually currently offers a point program, which if you use the protocol right now, you can earn some points, and those points can potentially convert into an airdrop in the future, because Kamino doesn't currently have a token yet. So if they are offering the point program, it means that there's a high chance that they might offer an airdrop in the future. And if you get some of these points, probably in the future, you might also get a chance to get an airdrop, to your wallet. The next one is called, on our list, is called Parcl. And what Parcl does is that it's a very kind of innovative use case of crypto and blockchain, right? Because it allows you to invest in real estate, in hot real estate markets around the world, right? And I think this is a very innovative use case of crypto, because a lot of the time we have these speculation kind of applications and like trading type of applications, but we never have something related to the real world, And I think Parcl is one of those different like innovative use cases of crypto where, for example, you can invest in San Francisco real estate no matter where you are in the world, without actually buying anything, any house, any apartment in San Francisco itself, by simply coming here. And if you think that the real estate market in San Francisco is going to appreciate, you can just come and buy a part of the real estate market in San Francisco and speculate on the real estate market like that, For example, as you can see in the past 3 months, it's been going up by, I don't know, by some percentage, by about 8%. Yeah, you can see it's kind of speculating, it's kind of fluctuating over time. But yeah, you get the point, you can invest in some of this real estate in different parts around the world, and you can do that through Kamino. And through Parcl, sorry. And Parcl also currently offers a points program, which you can see here. If you use the platform right now, you can stand the chance to earn some points, which might convert into an airdrop in the future. So yeah, Parcl is one of those protocols that, instead of just holding your soul, You can just like maybe deposit it here, or like speculate on real estate on Parcl. Yeah, guys, the next one is the GLP pool from Jupiter. And for those of you who don't know, like Jupiter is this aggregator on Solana, but it also has a perpetual futures exchange, and it basically allows traders to trade on leverage, And they currently also have this GLP pool program where you can earn about 138% if you supply liquidity to the GLP pool. And basically, what you're going to be doing is you're basically you're basically giving liquidity to traders to trade. For example, if someone wants to trade Solana perpetual futures contract, they are going to use your liquidity that you supply here to trade. And that liquidity that you supply to the GLP pool is broken down into these allocations, into Sol, ETH, RAP BTC, and so on and so forth, And what you're doing here is basically that you're kind of taking the counterparty of the traders, right? So basically you're betting that the traders are going to lose over time, which is usually the case, right? Traders, most of them are going to lose money over time. So by you providing liquidity here, you're making money on the fees that the traders are giving to the pool, and also you're taking the counterparty of the traders' trade. You're kind of a market maker, and you're earning on fees and also on the losses of the traders accumulated over time. It's kind of distributed to the liquidity pool providers. So yeah, guys, this is GLP, and if you supply liquidity to traders on GLP pool, you can earn about 138% of your liquidity supply. Yeah, guys, the final one is Meteora pools, and Meteora kind of does a similar thing to what Kamino and Marginfi does, but as you can see here, they have a very high variety of pools, across different assets and across different type of assets, For example, if you come here, you can see like some of them are very high, some of them are very low. And usually when you see like this very high, kind of yields, it's usually like a risk associated with that, For example, if you click on one of these pools, like for Solana and Stan, I really don't know what this coin is, but when you see like a yield of about 126% like this, it usually means that probably the yield that you're going to get is going to be dropped to your wallet in terms of Stan coin, right? And usually, the risk associated with that is that there might be a deviation between the Sol price and the Stan price. So there's a high risk of impermanent loss. So if you supply your Solana and Stan, maybe the price of Stan might vary so much that by the time that you want to take your liquidity out, you might not get the exact amount in terms of dollars that you supplied, And that's usually why, the trade-off for giving this amount of yield, is that high. Yeah, guys, so these were the different protocols. I showed you Kamino, Marginfi, and GLP pools that you can supply your liquidity and earn, passive income by just, earning liquidity. And also, by the way, let me show you something. The way that you can usually do this is, what I usually advise people to do is that don't just go around and chase like high yield, because it's usually not a good strategy. But usually what I do is I just look at the coins that I already have and that I want to hold for the long term anyway. And what I do is I just come and, for example, if I have some Jupiter and some Sol, and I don't just want to leave that sitting in my wallet, right, to doing anything. So what I can do is I can just supply it to some of these pools and start earning yields from that, instead of just leaving it sit in my wallet like that, and not doing anything. What I can do is I can just, come and supply liquidity here, and while I'm holding the coin, I'm also earning an additional yield from that, So that's something I also wanted to point out, because sometimes we chase like yield without actually holding the coin. So what I do is I don't just go and buy the different coins to chase yield specifically. I look at the coins that I already have, and then I find if I can see a pool that I can deposit my liquidity there and also earn passive income, without just by holding the coin, without just having to hold the coin for nothing. So yeah, that's something I wanted to point out, and yeah, I think that this makes sense, right? So yeah, guys, I hope that you found value from this video, and if you did, don't forget to give a like and subscribe, because I'm going to do more of these videos in the future. And until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.